So, speaking of knockouts, so like I know you guys have heard about the Angelina Love, having like the problems of her work status, and she might be facing possible jail time for that. Blah blah blah. I hope that doesn't happen. And I was kind of thinking of an idea what they could do with the whole Beautiful People storyline. So, obviously make Velvet Sky kind of like the new leader of it, and then freaking lawnmower is loud as hell, isn't it? So keep her the leader, bring Madison Rain back into it, just have him be like a tag team or something, and just have him feud with like Roxy some more, because Roxy just came back. I just said that like 5 minutes ago. But have him feud with Roxy, and if they want to have like tag team matches, bring in like Tara to be like Roxy's partner or something, or they could even do like Daphne, like because Daphne's just like nuts, and I don't know, she could just be like see the Beautiful People, like some kind of threat to her or something, or she could just be like, I don't like beautiful people, because every day in school, I had to see these beautiful people and blah, 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 or something. Like, I don't know. She could think of herself as not very attractive or something, even though she's, very attractive. She's very attractive. But they could do something with that, So that was just an idea that they could do. Next thing to talk about, vitamin C. Yes, I'm going to talk about vitamin C just for a second. Now, why am I talking about vitamin C in a wrestling video? I don't know.
That doesn't make sense.
But, so I thought something interesting about vitamin C I've kind of learned this semester so far in school. So, you know how vitamin C is like good for like your immune system and whatnot? That besides drinking for your immune system, drink it because you have to like, it works with your intake of iron. Like, I know some of you might be like, okay, what's iron do? Well, basically what iron does is it kind of like helps promote like red blood cell production in your body. Red blood cells basically like they generate like this gas that's called hemoglobin, and basically that does like a big role in like your oxygen in your body, so you can breathe and whatnot. So I thought it was interesting that vitamin C like plays a role like in the whole like oxygen, carbon dioxide, oxygen, gas exchange, whatever. So drink plenty of vitamin C to help with that too, besides just your immune system. So, yeah, that was vitamin C. And then the last thing on my list to talk about was like Gimmick pay-per-views. Basically with like how WWE's been doing like these Gimmick pay-per-views lately, like No Way Out, they have 2 elimination chamber matches for the world titles, whatever. Now, that one I don't have a problem with. That's something for something cool for No Way Out, blah blah blah. So, because the Elimination Chamber is a cool match in itself, it kind of gives guys, the opportunity to be in the main event, younger guys that don't really get the, pushes that often, and kind of makes the WrestleMania setup a little bit interesting because, anybody could, like, have, win the championship and be, like, in the main event, so I would keep the whole, like, Elimination Chamber aspect of, like, No Way Out, but they had, like, Breaking Point last night, and I don't know who won what. I haven't looked at it because, school's been burying me. Yes. Heavy-ass books have been burying me. So, anyway, going back to Breaking Point. So, basically, it's like, the whole submission match gimmick. See, this is where, like, the gimmick pay-per-views are stupid because the submission match is actually, like, can be a really cool match if it's booked right. So, because if you go back in the past, they had, Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Bret Hart in a submission match, WrestleMania 13. And then they had, Mankind versus The Rock in an I Quit match, and that match was awesome too. Very, very, very awesome. One of my favorites from the Attitude Era. And I'm trying to think of any more recent I Quit matches. So, basically, like, the submission matches, can be booked to be really good matches. Like, I'm sure the Cena versus Orton match was probably okay, So, I mean, it should be used for, like, kind of like climax points or whatever. Not making whoopee climaxes, if you know what I mean. But, climaxes to a feud or something, they could do a submission match with that. So, I think it kind of devalues, Breaking Point having submission matches kind of devalues it. The whole idea of it. So, and then I read something on WrestleView.com that said something about, I guess they want to make Armageddon, like, have TLC gimmick matches. Now, even though I love the TLC match, again, I think it kind of, like, devalues the whole, like, purpose of the match, because, like, what they should do is have like feuds with you know, normal match, and then you throw the gimmick match in and kind of be like the whole like climax of it, you know, the whole climax of a feud. Or like if you were gonna look in the whole like, well, when I talked about the Rey Mysterio versus Dolph Ziggler match, you know, they had like, you know, match on a pay-per-view and then match on a pay-per-view, and then my original idea was I wanted like a no disqualification match or something, kind of settle the feud, you know. So, but that's kind of the thing. They should save gimmick matches for, you know, settling feuds, or maybe even like they could use them to add to the feud, but you know, depending on what it is, like if it's like a ladder match or something, sure, but if it's a submission match, well, I guess not. I would rather see a ladder match than a submission match. So, but you know what I'm talking about. Save the gimmick matches for settling feuds and blah blah blah. So I'm rambling. I really don't have anything to talk about. I need to do like a review wrestling show. I need to review a wrestling show. That usually brings up the fun stuff of my wrestling. So I kind of feel like I'm being forced to do this video, but I haven't done a video in a while, so I want to bring something back. Just a thought, like, I know a lot of guys will, like, ask, you know, what should I do a video on? You know, give me some ideas. Maybe some of you guys could give me some ideas, you know, Q&A, or, you know, what do I think of, like, a match between so-and-so versus so-and-so, or, you know, if I had to pick, you know, my favorite top wrestlers of all time, you know, who would I pick, why, or something. I don't know, just something random, you know. I'm just running out of fresh ideas, you know. So, I don't know, that was me. That was me talking. Just doing a video. Ah ha ha. So, drink plenty of vitamin C, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.
Attention, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles!
Who said that? That voice sounds awfully familiar.
I am Peking Duck, the greatest kung fu warrior of all time.
It's one of the statues from April's broadcast.
I challenge you soft-shell turtles to a duel to the finish.